What's up, everybody? It's your girl, Kiwan, and I am back with the Real Housewives of Potomac, Season 10, Episode 4, Tropic. Tropic like it's hot. Listen, before I start, y'all make sure y'all like, comment, subscribe to my channel. Click the notification bell button so you can be updated on every video that I drop. Y'all make sure you like the video so I can stay in the algorithm, okay? I realize that the videos this past week, I have been loud and a little bit obnoxious when it comes to my reviews and how I feel. So I am working on my tone and all of the things because I would like to remain ladylike, okay? I really would like to also let y'all know these bitches piss me off, okay? But I will not raise my blood pressure for these hoes, okay? Okay. All right. So I guess we pick up at Preakness. I saw where this is the part I caught. Now maybe I missed something, but I saw that Wendy was telling Giselle that Angel didn't graduate, and I'm just looking like, so what? So what? What is your point for saying that, Miss, I have 4 degrees, Miss, I'm finna go to jail for insurance fraud? Like, Wendy, I really was trying not to give you like a lot because I know you got a lot on your plate, being sticky fingers and all, but I'm gonna have to tap you a couple of times in this review, okay? Because you and your new light-skinned friend has thoroughly pissed me off, okay? So the ladies, I guess they was placing their bets on the horses, and Stacy is like me, I'm not gambling, but for me, if I go to the casino, I'm playing $20. Once I play my $20, that's it. That's it. Because your girl is not lucky. Half the time, if I buy a lottery ticket, and that's a big if, whenever I buy a lottery ticket, I will forget that I played the lottery. And I forget to check my numbers. So yeah, no, none of that stuff ain't for me. Anyway, Stacy asked Ashley about Josh. She asked if Giselle had a man. Giselle said no, she don't have a man. I guess, girl. So we see that Giselle has a type, and Angel is going to introduce Giselle to some dude, and we gonna get up on you too, Angel, because you was pissing me off too, you and your friend. Okay. So Ashley tells Tia, well, I heard you said I was rude. First of all, I appreciate Tia because she packed up Ashley, wrapped her little ass up in the box and sent her on her way. Because who you playing with? I was here for that. So Jassy walks in and greets everybody. I guess her and Darius are in couples counseling. Everybody's asking her all of these questions. Angel said, was asking, oh, what position does your man play? And she tells her, and she was like, so he's a 10-year starter. And I was like, that sounds shady, but okay. I don't know. So Angel pointed out how Kay's body language changed when Jossie walked in, and Kay said somebody told her that Jossie was talking about her, and it was Wendy. Wendy is messy as okay. So Wendy told Kay that Stacy and Jossie had an issue with Kiana, and Wendy explained herself, and she was like, well, I was on the phone with Jossie, and I asked Jossie about, I guess, the NAACP, and asked, did you know if Kay was coming? And she was like, and she said, I thought that there was a little issue there. Ma'am, if somebody do not tell you that you are smart, you have 4 degrees, you know what's mess and you know what's not mess. Now, when we get to the boat situation, now it makes sense. But I felt like somebody definitely put 20 on 10. Okay? So Wendy Wendy was being messy, and I just felt like for these past couple episodes, I feel like she was being messy, but at the same time, I do feel like she calls stuff out, and people get mad. They've been getting mad at her for calling stuff out, but then when Giselle do it, it's overlooked as per usual. All right. So Jassy tells Kate, I know you're going through a lot with Greg, and don't take your shit out on me. Period. So Kay told Jassy she was a liar. Now, is it me? Or did Wendy laugh change? Like, she never laughed like that. It almost sounded like Monique laughed when Monique was on the show. I don't know. I just a little observation, okay? So everybody's packing for Nevis. Jassy is late getting to the van. We arrive, she's late getting to the van. Ashley asked, does everybody have a goal they want to achieve on this trip? And y'all, I'm so over that question. Like, why are we asking? It is just a prelude to the bullshit, if you ask me. That's what I think. So Stacy said she contacted Angel to welcome her to the group, and she felt like Angel was a little cold. And I can see that because Angel's head is so far up Kiana's ass. It's like, whichever way Kiana go, that's the way I'm going to go. So whoever Kiana not fooling with, I'm not going to fool with. So Stacy just really wants Angel to get to know the ladies outside of Kiana. Angel, the lady from Customs, go up to Angel and be like, listen, we having an issue with Customs is having an issue with Angel because apparently she didn't read the rules, and one of the rules stated that she wasn't supposed to have a camouflage suitcase. And so she said she didn't know that. Like, listen, Angel, I like you, but I'm starting to really feel like you're becoming a little liar, and that's pissing me off. Okay? So, this is another thing I wanted to mention. Giselle did say that she was giving Jassy a what kind of party? A bachelorette party or whatever. Did y'all see Kiana's face when she said that? I don't know. I don't know if the issues between Kiana and Jassy are really, really big. I don't know. It's just odd how I thought that they were cool, but they're at odds, but nobody's saying what's the real problem. I think it goes a little bit far beyond Wendy. I think Wendy is the go-between, but I just think it's far beyond Wendy, but there are some issues there. Okay? So Tia had Angel to put her stuff inside her suitcase, and I just love Tia. I love Tia, even though she's not giving much. She's kind of coming in with the 1-2, and then she's here. Like, I'm going to come in with the 1-2, and then I'm going to back up. Anyway, Wendy asked Stacy, do she suck balls? And Stacy was like, why would you ask me that? Aren't you a professor? Girl, Stacy, please. So Ashley decides she wanted to give this raggedy ass, I'm so glad we're here speech, but then leave it up to her to mention that there are some BS in the group. Like, girl, you could just go sit wherever Robin is sitting, because your presence is not known here at this point. Like, we really don't see you. We don't see you. You come and you go. So you really need to be demoted, or you just need to go. Anyway, Giselle tells Jassy and the ladies that Angel and Kay didn't want her to come. Angel said she don't remember saying that. And she was like, I honestly don't remember saying that. Kay said she's not being phony or a fake friend. So as she was trying to explain herself, Jassy cut her off and said, so if you're not fake or phony, what about the stuff you said about Wendy? And I just need to spotlight Stacy, because when Angel said that she don't remember saying those things about Jossie, Stacy said, no, yes, she said, why didn't you want Jazzy to come? And then when Jossie mentioned Kiana was talking about Wendy, Stacy said, what did you say about Wendy, girl? And I just also want to point out how Stacy looked good tonight on Watch What Happens Live. Like, I didn't watch the whole thing. I just probably watched 5 minutes of it, and that was it. So yeah, she looks really, really, really good. Kay said, what did I say? She asked Jossie, well, what did I say about Wendy? Apparently, she said something about Wendy, but it was 6 months ago. So I'm wondering, in current time, when Wendy asked Jossie about the conversation about Kay going to the NAACP, Jossie was like, I don't know. It makes sense to me why Jossie would say whatever she said to Wendy in the tone Wendy said she said it in. But it's just all of these women are throwing each other under the bus at this point. So production asked Jossie, what did Wendy say? And so she didn't answer. Girl, did she say something or not? Because here's the thing. If she said it, say what she said. Or don't bring it up. This is what we be talking about. Y'all get on these shows and y'all want to be so secret. But then when it's time to pull out other people's stuff or your stuff, nobody wants to pull it out. So at this point, Kay and Jossie are arguing. And Jossie throws peen in her face and says, oh, I'm engaged or I'm married or you want to be married. And I'm like, Jossie, wrong road, madam, because let's not forget last season you were, or probably before you came on the show, you were the side chick. So for you to sit here and want to grandstand like you're that girl because you're getting a ring, that just means that the nigga want to give you a ring so he can hold you down and have you permanently while he go cheat on you, probably with his baby mama. I'm just saying. Anyway, Wendy brings up the shade from Angel to Jossie on her man being a 10-year starter. And did Angel lie? Because we don't know him. I don't know him. And so, of course, Angel backpedaled again. And see, this is the problem, Angel, we're having with you. You are constantly backpedaling, but then you actually want to show up as that girl as it relates to Wendy. Like when you trying to get Wendy together, you want to show up as that girl. But when it comes to everybody else, you've been sitting here backpedaling. So Stacy want to know if Angel can be friends with the other women that may or may not enjoy Kay's. That may not enjoy Kay like that. And so for me, just a little bit, it really make it looks as if Angel has become Kiana's lapdog. And only as it pertains to Wendy. Like, you come at Wendy so sideways, and I'm not going to say whether it's warranted or not. I'm saying Giselle has been spewing out all of this stuff, and so has the other ladies been coming at you, and you've been handling them with kid gloves. But when it comes to Wendy, you and Kiana have been piping up real heavy. So, yeah, it gives, you're going to follow behind your friend, and your friend got you out here looking crazy. Anyway, so for Angel, I just want to see more. I also want to say, everybody's talking about, how Angel is showing up in this very capacity, where she's under Kay, just whatever happens with Kay, she's sticking by Kay and she gonna stand with her. But isn't this the same thing that Robin was doing all of these years? Isn't this the same thing? Isn't this the reason why we used to always say, Robin, shut up? And now Ashley's doing the same thing as it relates to Giselle. So, I honestly, sometimes I don't see the issue if it's needed, but I really don't see the issue as to why Angel can't take up for her friend. But if you're going to have that energy, you need to have that energy all the way around the board and not just for Wendy. And I think that's what's aggravating everybody. And that's why everybody is coming down hard on you, Angel. That's why. So, y'all, they finally arrive in Nevis, and it is beautiful. Okay? Finally get to the resort or whatever. So, Giselle and her lapdog takes a moment to be messy about Angel IG pictures because they don't recognize Angel's face. And so, they was like, I know. Angela was like, I know, or whatever. I don't know. That small conversation, I didn't hear, but I know it was about Angel's IG pictures. All right. So when we get to, the place, the rooms, there are 3 rooms. Was it 3? So no, 4. So Ashley and Giselle is in one room. Stacy, Wendy, and Jossie is in another. Kiana and Ashley is in another room. And Tia is in a nanny quarters all by herself. And Tia, she don't mind. She was like, I'm not tripping. So everybody has a note, a robe with their name embroidered on it, a bag with their initials embroidered on it. And Giselle she didn't do one for Stacy. So we find out she didn't do it because she don't know Stacy like that. She said, I don't know that hoe like that, and that's why I didn't do it. And I'm going to just say this, Giselle, this is why I don't see it for your raggedy ass. Because you did this to be mean, you did it to be cruel, and you did it to be spiteful. You are old battle axe bitch, okay? I would like Giselle to go all the way down to the basement of hell. Because you didn't have to do that to Stacy. You wanted to do it because you feel like she's the weakest link. But she been tearing your ass up and Ashley up throughout this season thus far. And I am here for it. And I told y'all I'm going to stand up for Stacy. Because y'all doing team too much. And I told y'all, if Monique come on here with the bullshit, I'm going to be in her ass too. Not literally, okay? I also feel like this is another thing I wanted to point out. I think there is something in me because how it's just odd how Jossie or whatever her name is and Giselle are real chummy buddy. I feel like the conversation that Stacy and Jossie had is something about that conversation make me feel like Jossie went and told Giselle about that conversation. Giselle just didn't bring it up. I'm just saying. So Wendy says she's been on the end in her confessional. She's been on the end of Giselle's dark side, and it ain't her. And she laughed about it. And you not giving a fuck about how the same woman who saw another woman throw a drink in your face and said, I don't care because I don't like you. Or the same woman who said you didn't have no substance. This is the same woman who didn't speak to you. Yes, because you stuck up for yourself and your husband, your marriage. But the same person who never even spoke to you or saw it for you while y'all were in the same room. This is the same woman who said you looked at her daughter with I guess, such an attitude. This was the same woman you went to over to her dilapidated, unfixed house. She wouldn't even let you go in and use the bathroom. And you know how Stacy feel. And for you to sit back, say, and do nothing is bullshit. And your fraudulent five finger discount having ass, girl, you can go to hell too, because that is unnecessary. I know you can't do anything about another grown person, but for you to sit back and not say anything is awfully sad to me. And here is another thing. How I'm seeing how Stacy is showing up for you, like, it may not be in the most combative way, but she is showing up for you, which also lends me to always believe Kiana when she say the things that she say about you. You are fake, you are phony, and you don't give a fuck about nobody but you and how you benefit in this circle. Because let's also keep it a buck. Every time we seen you were sitting next to Giselle. Every time. I think except for while y'all was at Preakness. But the whole time. Oh no, they was on a sprint. Y'all sat up together on a Sprinter van. It's like your head is so far up her ass just to make sure you don't get bullied by her again. Anyway, Angel asked Kiana, how do you feel? How did she feel about the boat ride? Kiana says she's not surprised and is given on brand. What is it that you're not surprised about? Because again, it makes me feel like the only thing you're frustrated about is the situation with Wendy, you and Angel. Because when y'all came to that dinner table, it was the energy both of y'all had equally at the table, but the only person who got that energy was Wendy. So when she politely read y'all for Phil, I wasn't really mad at that. So Wendy feels like that there are two groups. It's Kiana and Angel, and then it's everybody else. It's not two groups, but y'all are being messy. Y'all are being harsh. Y'all, my nose is itching. Y'all doing the most, if you ask me. Anyway, Angel said Wendy didn't say anything to her the entire time at the airport, and she thinks that this is just crazy work. She also said nobody greeted her at the airport, and production did a flashback to see, I think it was Giselle, Ashley. I don't know if that was Wendy or Stacy, but somebody, they all hugged her and greeted her at the airport. And this is what we're talking about, Angel. What you say don't match up with what is actually happening. Like, you look like a liar, and yeah, you look like a liar because you can't even walk back the stuff you said. But you came on the show acting like, again, you're that girl, and if I said it, I said it to their face. That's how you was acting. So Yatia is on the phone with her daughter, and she wished her daughter a happy birthday, and then she talks to her son Nathaniel, and he wants to be adopted, and he want to leave this family because he hates this family, bro. Okay, he said because he don't want to clean up, and she she said that he was the most neediest kid. It sounds like it, and I just felt like he needy to clean up that fucking house. Like, sir, clean up, okay? So she said her husband said the kids are soft and that that must be another word for spoiled. Okay. But I will say this. I love the way Tia handled her son. She was like, if you leave, where does that leave me? And he was like, I don't know. Tia, This ain't it, mama. This ain't it. Anyway, we get to the dinner scene. Stacey asked Kiana, hey, are you and Greg back together? And Kiana was like, yeah. She was like, oh, okay, that's really good. And I thought that Kiana asked Greg, I'm sorry, that Stacey asked Greg this same question when we was at Kiana's pregame event. I don't know if she asked him, do he stay here or, do they have separate homes? But why are you asking that again? But okay, whatever. She said because the first thing she mentioned to Kiana is, we don't really talk. So are you and Greg back together? So Giselle asked, well, I didn't know y'all weren't talking. And Kiana said that her and Stacey, they're cordial. And they had a little chit chat. And Stacey was like, so did we have a chit chat? And she said, because you slept both flights. And Kay was like, yeah, but when I woke up, I asked you if you had any gum. And I was like, that's still not a chit chat. But whatever. So Angel asked Stacey, what was she concerned with? Stacey tells Angel she wanted to know if she was okay and how she was adjusting with the group. Angel says she's doing well, and the best way to get to know me is by having a conversation with me. Angel get on my nerves, okay? Angel say only 2 of the ladies have gotten to know her, but Angel, do you reach out to these other women? Do you reach out to the other women? Like, it gives me, I don't. And at this point, Stacey, I just need Stacey to stand down as it relates to standing up for Wendy or having Wendy's back at this point. And Angel, why are you over explaining who you are to these heifers? Because at the end of the day, it's y'all. And if you want to know me, ask me a question. I don't know how y'all want me to show up. Okay? They are trying you because you are letting them. They are backing you in a corner because you are allowing it. And it's just as simple as that. Right? So Giselle tells Angel, she was a bit confused about her social media pictures. So now we're making a deal about bitches' social media pictures and their filters. I use filters all the time. Okay? I will use a good filter. Anyway, Angel said, her pictures are not filtered. And Wendy was laughing. And I'm like, why are you laughing? But whatever. This is just what we've come to. So Angel shaded Wendy for getting, I guess, her BBL done. And, just simply laughing because Angel did feel away. But I just think that for me, this is my whole thing. The shade that you have in your confessional, you only have that shade for Wendy. Giselle is the one who's asking these questions. Her and Ashley are actually teaming you. But what's her name? Wendy is the only one. Even if it's in your confessional, you're saying a whole lot, but you've said nothing. And I want to repeat this. I'm trying to think back, but you've said nothing as it relates to Giselle or Ashley. You've said absolutely nothing. You sat there on mute. Okay? Anyway, Ashley started to ask questions, and I'm just looking at Ashley like, girl, shut up. Anyway, Kiana said, it's a few women that's sitting here at this table that have pics that don't look like them anymore. Okay? So Wendy looks at Stacey, and she was like, listen, this is why I was irritated that she said, you understand why I was irritated at Angel, because Angel was mad at me because I questioned her tone. And look what these two are doing at the moment. They're actually questioning her pictures and what she looked like and what she didn't look like, and she's saying nothing. So Kiana is looking directly at Wendy because she knows Wendy is actually talking about Angel. And so Kiana said to Wendy, "Say it, Wendy." And I was just like, girl. So Wendy tells Kiana, your energy and all that you're doing is different towards her. And it is different. Your energy is different towards me than it is to them. And these are the people that are actually coming at you. So Wendy tells Angel, I asked you a question at Kiana's house and it led to you attacking me and, this attitude that you have. Wendy said, what you're doing right now, the attitude you have with me right now is proving my point. Wendy also goes to tell Angel that Giselle told her she looked totally different. Just paraphrasing. You look totally different on IG and your demeanor is completely different. So Angel says, I have a right to do so. And that right there gave me these two gonna come at Wendy next. So whatever y'all get from Wendy, I'm not mad at it. And if that means I'm going to throw Giselle under the bus, I'm still not mad at it. Because if you notice, I'm going to point this out. Giselle ain't say a whole ass thing. And that's because we know Giselle ain't a wordsmith, but we know Wendy is. And Wendy will get her together real quick. And Giselle don't want all of that. And she won't do it because she don't have Robin around. I'm just saying. Anyway, Wendy points out when Kiana asks Angel, do you even like this lady? When we was at Kiana's house, y'all, my nose is itching. And Wendy says, this right here expose a lot about both of y'all. They asked, what does it expose? So Giselle said it is probably, expose the fact that y'all probably be talking about Wendy, or not just talking about Wendy, but talking about us in this group. And so I think this is where Giselle asks, do you like us or something? Are we, do you like any of us in this group? Sorry, y'all. My nose is itching. So Wendy brings up to Giselle about Stacy's robe and Stacy's bag and how all of our stuff had X, Y, and Z. But Stacy didn't have any of that. And so Giselle said she didn't do any of those things because she don't know who she is, and she was not supposed to get a message card. Giselle, I just need pot to meet kettle because we don't know shit about you. And you've been on here 10 seasons straight. We don't know nothing about you, but you're going to sit here and you're going to constantly give Stacy a hard time because you think she's lying, but we think you are a liar. You think that she's not disclosing any important information, and you never disclose any information. Anyway, Stacy said to Giselle, ho, you have this standard for me. She didn't call her a hoe. But you have this standard for me that, I have to show you who I am and I have to be accountable. And you hoes be talking about my relationship. Let's talk about your relationship, Giselle. Do you have a man named Sean? He's in the NFL. Like, who is that? So Ashley says in her confessional, before Stacy go around prodding in Giselle business, she should stay in her lane and call Stacy a hoe. Ashley, what you low budget skeezer who daddy didn't want her, who was a bottle girl, you suck dick. You definitely sucked Michael's dick for a ring and 2 kids in a shut down kangaroo restaurant. And you have, since you've left Michael, or while you was with Michael, have gave your coochie a party, dropped it low and spread it wide for any man or woman he brought into y'all bedroom. And even after, you're still giving your coochie a party. So for you to decide you want to call Stacy a hoe is very laughable to me. It is very disrespectful. Okay? And I just don't like you in anything you stand for. But you and your badass kids and your big ass size 12 feet and them bunions. Please get the fuck out of our face. Okay? All right. So Ashley tells everybody she tried to get close to Chris Samuels, and Wendy, shut up. Stop yelling. Shut up. Okay? That's where the episode ended. Okay? The heifers pissed me off. Okay? Because they some stupid bitches. Okay? Especially Ashley. You and Giselle have the entire nerve and the audacity to call somebody a hoe. Anyway, whatever. This is it. This is all I got. If you have not had a chance, go ahead, like and subscribe. Like the video, subscribe and comment on your way out. Also tomorrow night at 7, I will be back on the Black Girls Den podcast to discuss friendships. We'll be delving more into divorced sisters and the extent of the friendship. Not really talking about the show, but just delving into the core of their friendship. Okay? I will be on her channel Monday and Wednesday at 7 o'clock this week. So yeah, let me know what y'all think about the video. The next time I'm going to see y'all is tomorrow over at the Black Girls Den podcast. So go over, subscribe to the channel, and I will see y'all in the next one. Bye.